as I said earlier, I was just over the moon that when I was asked the question, what about Willowburn? And to have such a wonderful facility in our local area, we're so lucky because your loved ones are special, and for them to be able to come to a place like Willowburn and spend their final days, there's no better place, in my opinion, and I'm sure in everybody's opinion who've experienced Willowburn, had a loved one spend the final days here, like so that there's no other place. There's just no other place like Willowburn, and probably, and I would think, other hospices like sort of just like Willowburn, and to have this like on my doorstep, and the people in this community on our doorsteps, we're just so lucky. There's nothing about Willowburn that gives even the slightest indication that it's a hospital environment. Like sort of, you know, like I know the staff have got like uniforms on, which indicate that, you know, like sort of their position, whether the staff nurse or, you know, like sort of the different levels. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like to me, like sort of one thing that I also found like sort of really important here at Willowburn was none of the staff, it just didn't matter what level they were all respected and respected by each other, no matter what position they held here at Willowburn, and that's very unique. You know, like sort of being a person who's worked as a support worker, worked as a care worker, like sort of that is very unique, because that just doesn't happen, but it does here at Willowburn, and it's like sort of that's another thing that like sort of anybody that experiences Willowburn will know that, they will see that, and I think it's important that people in the community that don't know about Willowburn need to know that that is the case. Like sort of what a beautiful place Willowburn is. My mum was given all of the care above and beyond what she needed, but that support, I didn't need care, and I didn't even realise that I needed support, because I'm quite a strong character. But even to Deacon Pete coming to visit, and you know, Pete spent, oh goodness gracious, he must have spent about 3 hours with me, and when I start telling the story, there's no stopping us. And you know what it is? Deacon Pete didn't try to stop me. He sat and he listened, and to listen to someone is very important. But to be on the receiving end of somebody who, and the staff as well, you know, and unless something urgent happened, I would never be interrupted, and like so, I didn't realise that at the time, but when you reflect afterwards, and I say that was for me, that was support, just listening to us, even if I went off on a tangent and it was nothing to do with like sort of my mum being here at Willowburn, like sort of, and I suppose sometimes I go off on a bigger tangent with my stories, like sort of when I'm nervous and when I'm upset. But I was just like, but not just me, like sort of my brother as well. I mean, my brother Arthur's deep, like so he's deep as the ocean. He's it's hard to tell, but you know, everybody that was there visiting my mum was included. You know, like sort of everybody was included. Like if there was any information, there was no secrecy. There was, you know, like sort of it was open, and like sort of that was another, in my opinion, type of support. Like sort of that everybody was receiving. They might not have realised it. They might still not realise it. I do now, because I've reflected a lot on like sort of my time here as a visitor of my mum at Willowburn, and that's why in my role as Santa, that's why I want, and beyond that as well, like sort of throughout the year, I want to be actively involved with fundraising for Willowburn, because this place needs to remain open forever, as simple as that. And I just hope that Willowburn continues to capture the heart of people like myself, because that's what you've done. You've captured my heart. You own a chunk of my heart, and I will continue to support Willowburn as long as I physically and mentally am capable to do so.